first location of interest was Pigeon Island on the northern side of St. Lucia. The morning started off with overcast conditions and mild rainfall, characteristics of the tropical dynamics of the island. This island was bridged by a man-made causeway to the mainland in 1972, which means the island is no longer disconnected from the mainland of St. Lucia, yet holds historic significance. Along the trail, there were many infrastructural remains of the military bases which were established in the past, coupled with surrounding vegetation that had an exquisite allure. Much of the remains had been worn down by the elements of the weather, and caution signs were posted for safety purposes. Here is the lookout point, mere footsteps below Fort Rodney, which showcased a picturesque view of Rodney Bay and the peripheral areas. Finally, we reached at the top of Fort Rodney, 225 feet above sea level, where the rustic cannons overlooked the Caribbean Sea. This 18th century fort, named after British Admiral George Rodney, was built in 1778, offering a 360-degree view for then protection reasons, and today still enabling the breathtaking view of union of landscape and seascape along the northern part of St. Lucia.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 27 miles from us. To the very top of the hike, we normally can view Martinique, which is 21 miles, much closer. All right? Been independent since 1979. Okay. Yeah.
Right, that area where you see the cluster of clouds, there is a peak above that. That is Mount Jimmy, which is in fact the tallest mountain peak in St. Lucia. It is even taller than the Pitons.
Yeah, so this Piton is 2,619 feet, just about 740 meters. At the base, it's a little village called Faugelib, meaning Valley of the Free People. That is where the trail starts if you were to do the hike. So from the community, it circles around to this shoulder. It continues behind to the second shoulder up here, and from this one you go straight up on the ridge. As I said earlier, 2 hours up, 2 down, depends on your hiking ability. There are 2 viewpoints at the top, one looking this way and one looking in the direction of the small Piton.
Just the trail.
Yeah, they are a mile and a half away from each other from base to base. And that's all Caribbean side.
How many times did you do this today?
About 3.
And every time you get to see it.
Yeah. Yeah, so from here we have one more lookout.
Okay.
And then we head down.
Is she also from the village?
Oh, she's from Soufrière,
Oh, okay.
the town.
Okay.
Normally,
Rain, y'all. I know. The 27 times.
don't miss that moment. folks. It's your moment.
Oh my god. That is a very
That is a
bright
really good
rainbow.
one.
Very, very bright.
Very.
Wow.
Wow. I don't know if I've ever seen a rainbow that bright.
That's pretty radical.
Yeah, that's probably fair. It's away by the garden gun.
Oh,
So this is the pit. Now, the thing about St. Lucia, right, is that at this point in time, December 2023, I was expecting a lot of hot sun, which I didn't complain for, but last night we had a lot of rain. Thankfully, a lot of sunshine outside is very, very bright right now. But that being said, let us take into consideration something. This is a volcanic island. It is created, it has a lot of differences in terms of elevation and stuff like that. Take, for instance, the Petit Piton, all right, which is right there. There would in fact be some points in time during the course of the day or perhaps during the course of the week, air masses would rise up these slopes and they would in fact be mist or cloud cover in very close proximity to that particular peak. That is because of the elevation. Air masses are in fact forced to rise upslope and there will be condensation taking place which actually would contribute to rainfall. So this is Sugar Beach, which is nestled between the Petit Piton and we have on the other side the Gros Piton. Alright, the two volcanic peaks. A sweet spot. This is a calm body of water which is sheltered between two very distinctive headlands.
Let me welcome you on board the Queen of the Carnival. Welcome to your day sail for today, your Pinto Bar. And of course, let me welcome you to beautiful St. Lucia. So you're heading out for a beautiful day today. You're heading down southwest of the island, heading to a town called Soufrière, or like the locals would say, Soufrière, meaning sulfur in the air, sulfur in the atmosphere. As we cruise down to Soufrière, what you will be bypassing today, one of the three Sandals resorts here, Sandal to the Talk, the Buck Eye or storage facility, two fishing and farming villages, namely Antsnare and Canry. Of course, bypassing the Jade Mountain Resort, the Anchasta Resort, and you will be welcomed by the Piton. Windjammer Sally. Windjammer Sally.
Welcome to the town of Soufrière, everybody.
This is the world's only drive-in volcano and is of course a major tourist attraction in St. Lucia.
Any questions?
Straight ahead, steam and gases are released and the residual minerals are transported along the flow of the river.
Let's go down. Let's go get money. Yes, we're coming down now. We're coming down now. You got some awesome bears, man. Yeah, they let you play with mine.
Ultimately, many prefer to bathe and soak in the mineral-enriched waters, which is believed to have a therapeutic effect. I'm going to put this in for about approximately 1 minute. The temperature of the mineral bath was an estimated 40 degrees Celsius. Afterwards, we jumped it back into the bus and we made our way to Torail Falls, of course enjoying the beautiful scenic views along the way. Snorkeling in the warm tropical waters added that revitalizing effect as the tour eventually came to an end. And I still shut it, yeah. I'll see you. The helicopter tour offered an aerial coverage of more of the southern section of St. Lucia, which of course highlighted the topography of the landscape as well as the surrounding settlements, where we were in fact able to get a very distinctive view of the Pitons from an elevated level. And of course, we made our way to Vieux Fort, where some of the passengers were able to disembark at the Hewanorra International Airport. Along the way, the view was obscured by a bit of rainfall, which of course would add to the lush greenery of the vegetative cover along the rugged terrain of St. Lucia. Despite the overcast conditions, I basically had an exceptionally good time, and I strongly recommend this particular tour to anyone who is in fact looking for something a bit extra. Now, with respect to this particular tour, I was a bit extra punctual. And funny enough, I actually had enough time to look at the merchandise and some of the souvenirs that were for sale at the gift shop. It was there and then I was in fact greeted by some very curious, yet brave, feathered visitors who apparently were resting nearby in the forested periphery.
Do we have any professionals along with us?
Before we knew it, we had on our safety harnesses and we made our way to the trams, which were connected to these very large cables and of course very large circular pulleys that were anchored upon, concrete platforms for stability purposes. The elevation, coupled with the forest density, contributed to the cool conditions and of course the very clean, fresh air.
Now, to the bottom left-hand side, you guys be able to see some crystalline water. This side is a brook or a creek. Also do have fossils and rocks that is very reinforced. We all know the fossil rocks. If you look at some of the pools of water, look to the great out in this nation. And this is mainly because of the high mineral content of this water. So all the rocks that you guys see here, this is volcanic rock. And as the water comes from the top of the mountain and running around the rock, there are some minerals. Those minerals after they become steam and the cold water. We're not too much inside. That's because the human body isn't running for Three, two, one, go for it.
The highest trams were above the general tree canopy, which placed us at an estimated 2,000 feet above sea level, offering that very unique yet serene experience. Alright, so we're actually going to the pitons, the group piton right now, and as you can see, you get a nice little view from this end.
The altitude of the peak is 2,619 feet, but we're already starting 600 feet above sea level from here. The trail itself is going to be rated moderate to strenuous. First half is moderate, then from halfway on it gets a bit more challenging. For time, it should take us somewhere around 4 hours round trip, and the distance of the hike is going to be a little more than 4 miles round trip. So that's basically it.
First water. Woo!
Wow.
Is the semi-evergreen vegetation.
Okay.
Zero elfin woodland.
Elfin woodland, yeah.
Yes.
Montane forest.
Yeah. There it will be a little
Damp.
greener there, damp wet, and lush. About 10 passes.
I agree.
Hey, partner.
Hey, cool?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Regarding that,
Etiquette.
I agree.
halfway.
All right.
Welcome, Bash. Well done, well done.
Right. It's about time. Everybody.
Sorry. Am I okay?
Yeah, you get it. Okay, again, some wind factor coming in. As you can see, the temperature right now is approximately 26.5 degrees Celsius, roughly. All right. We actually have some rain coming in. As you can see, cloud cover is developing right now. The conditions here were preferably calm, right? Where, you know, the wind speeds were averaging at an estimated 4 kilometers per hour. Nonetheless, there was in fact a very panoramic view, which was in fact worth the exhaustion and of course the sweaty trek.
At least the cardio portions.
All in all, this was in fact a very magnificent trail. I must say, I see the need to extend my special thanks to all tour operators and the respective guides, inclusive of Katia attached to Group Eton Tours. We also have Leanne attached to the Carnival Sailings, as well as Donnie, and we cannot forget Yannick. Special thanks goes to the pilot, Jose Castaneda, as well as the administration attached to the St. Lucia Helicopter Tours. We also have Akeem from the Rainforest Adventure Tours, who is in fact very, very informative, as well as Denver, attached to the Tedpole and Chateau Bel Air Tourism Association. All the links and the contact information will be in the description. Alright folks, until next time, y'all keep good.